On BP, which we discussed at some length, I completely understand the anger that exists right across America. The oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico is a catastrophe for the environment, for the fishing industry, for tourism. I've been absolutely clear about that. And like President Obama, I've also been clear that it is BP's role to cap the leak, to clean up the mess, and to pay appropriate compensation. I'm in regular touch with senior management at BP, and the President is too, to make sure that happens. And the progress that's being made to cap the leak is a step in the right direction. Equally, of course, BP is an important company to both the British and the American economies. Thousands of jobs on both sides of the Atlantic depend on it. So it's in the interests of both our countries, as we agreed, that it remains a strong and stable company for the future. And that's something we discussed today. And let us not confuse the oil spill with the Libyan bomber. I've been absolutely clear about this right from the start, and in our meeting we had what we called a violent agreement, which is that releasing the Lockerbie bomber, a mass murderer of 270 people, the largest act of terrorism ever committed in the United Kingdom, was completely wrong. He showed his victims no compassion. They were not allowed to die in their beds at home, surrounded by their families. So in my view, neither should that callous killer have been given that luxury. That wasn't a decision taken by BP, it was a decision taken by the Scottish Government. We have to accept that under the laws of my country, where power on certain issues is devolved to Scotland, this was a decision for the Scottish Executive, a decision that they took. I know that Senator Kerry's committee is looking into these issues. My government will engage constructively with those hearings, and indeed my Foreign Secretary has already set out the government's position. So let me thank you again, Barack, for hosting me today. While at the World Cup our teams could only manage a score draw, I believe our relationship can be a win-win. And yes, I did enjoy drinking the 312 beer, cold, during the World Cup. I enjoyed it so much that when I watched Germany beat Argentina, I actually cheered for Germany. This is something that's a big admission for a British person to make, so the beer is obviously very effective. But what you said, Barack, though, about British and American soldiers fighting together, sometimes dying together, serving together, is absolutely right, and we should never forget that. Whether it's on the beaches of Normandy, whether it's in Korea, whether in Iraq, or whether now in Afghanistan. Our relationship is one that has an incredibly rich history. It is based on ties of culture and history and, yes, emotion too. But for all those things, I think it has also an incredibly strong future that is based on results of a positive partnership of working together, agreeing where we agree, when we have disagreements, working through them and coming to a fair conclusion. It's a partnership that I profoundly want to make work as well as it possibly can in the years that I'm Prime Minister of Britain and with you as President of the United States. So thank you again for welcoming me here today.
Thank you.